AI is a fundamental existential risk for human civilization, and I don't think people fully appreciate that. On the artificial intelligence front, I have exposure to the very most cutting-edge AI, and I think people should be really concerned about it. I keep sounding the alarm bell, but until people see like robots going down the street killing people, like they don't know how to react, because it seems so ethereal. AI is a rare case where I think we need to be proactive in regulation instead of reactive.
I'm really optimistic. Right? I'm an optimistic person in general. I think you can build things and the world gets better. But with AI especially, I'm really optimistic. And I think that people who are naysayers and kind of try to drum up these doomsday scenarios are I don't understand it. I think it's really negative, and in some ways I actually think it's pretty irresponsible.
Irresponsible, Elon Musk. He later chided Zuckerberg, saying, "I've spoken to Mark about this. His understanding of the subject is limited," he said. Ouch! That stinging rebuke. Michio Kaku joins me, Professor of Physics and host of Sci-Fi Science on the Science Channel. Good to see you, sir.
Glad to be on.
Who do you support? Musk with his doomsday scenario or Zuckerberg with his irresponsible?
To understand this, you have to understand love and war. The key to love and war is timing. Timing is everything. So in the short term, I think Mark Zuckerberg is right. On a scale of 20, 30 years, give me a break. Robots have the intelligence of a cockroach. However, in the long term, as the decades roll by, then the words of Elon Musk become more and more prophetic. Like when the airplane was first invented, it was used for good, to deliver mail, to deliver passengers, but then war took place, and people began to develop airplanes that could drop bombs.
Right, now, in which case, Musk is probably right because he is prophetically looking to what the long-term dangers are, while Zuckerberg, maybe with the youth of millennialism, is just thinking about tomorrow.
Well, however, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to become the next billionaire, you're going to follow Zuckerberg because that's where the action is going to be. In the next few decades, we're talking about the AI industry being bigger than the automobile industry today. Think of
that was a warm-up for Kindred. So Kindred is much, much, much more ambitious than D-Wave. And what Kindred is trying to do is build real AI. So what you've heard about AI is not what we mean by AI. What we mean by AI is a software system that can do literally anything that a human can do. Literally anything. And obviously, computers are better at things than people in lots of different ways. So now imagine, not only can they do everything that a human can do, but they can do everything that the best human at any task could do better than them. So imagine there was the mental Olympics of the 100-meter dash, and Usain Bolt is the fastest person. Now imagine that's some kind of a mental thing, like writing a novel or writing whatever. Imagine now that the thing is so much faster than Usain Bolt. Like, for example, it's a spaceship, yeah? It's still doing the same thing, but it's doing it so much better because we're limited, because we're people. So what Kindred is trying to do is solve this problem. How do you build machines that are better than people at everything? Now, there's a mental block that we have here when we think about this. Because when you think about that, one of your questions might be, for example, what are the applications of this? So imagine this. Imagine for $10, let's say, I could build a machine, like a little robot that had fingers and eyes and all that, and it could do your job better than you, no matter what it is, and I could sell that to your employer for, say, $15 and make a profit, instead of having to pay you $100,000 a year. Now imagine that was true for every single job. So that's what we're talking about here, is a complete and utter transformative change that of the likes of which has never been seen before in the history of humanity, making the Industrial Revolution look like a little tiny blip on the path that humans have taken from when we emerged from the ooze a few billion years ago. We are right on the verge of that transition now. So